Hi, I'm Anthony from bestbluesguitarlessonsonline.com, and in this video we will continue our journey about playing blindly on the neck of the guitar. So this means without looking, and it's very crucial that you take this step in your journey with the guitar, because if you always keep on looking at the neck of the guitar, then you will always be stuck at watching your fingers, and of course you want to watch, eventually you want to watch other things happening if you want to perform with your music. And even if you don't want to perform, it's also a very good study tool to not be able to look at the neck, and then you can look at sheet music or the tablature you're reading. So this will be the second video about this topic. If you haven't watched the first video about how to play blindly, I encourage you to do so. But here I will give you a little insight about how to approach this and go further with play blindly. And a lot of people think we only need to watch the neck when practicing, but when playing we don't. So I will clear up some misunderstandings about the whole issue. And if you're playing on the neck of the guitar, there only should be one exception where you need to look. And all the other things that we're playing, scales and chords, we can play blindly. So for instance, if you're improvising, with licks like this, you don't need to look at the neck of the guitar. You need to practice it at first with looking, but then you need to also practice playing blindly. And I encourage you to do so. You will find that it is a good practice for your ear, for your feeling, and for everything in your guitar playing. And it sounds and looks more difficult than it actually is once you get in the habit of playing things like licks here, and then you shift to the other position without looking, and then you go further to another position. You will find that it looks more difficult than it is. You need to get the feeling for this, and you need to practice this, but then you will find that it's really okay. And there's only one exception where we need to look at the guitar, and that is when we do large position shifts. So for instance, if you're playing here at the 3rd fret, and then we need to shift all the way up here to the 12th fret, for instance. Then of course we need to look at the 12th fret. But that is the only exception. If you're linking things together here on the fretboard, you don't actually have to look at your fingers. And of course here with those position shifts, it is crucial that you look, because before you know it, you're at the 13th or 14th fret, or you're aiming at the wrong fret. So it's important. And here when dealing with large position shifts, you need to look at the fret where you want to land. Don't look at your hand, but look at the position where you're going, because that way you will make less mistakes. And one more hint for the whole topic to playing blindly on the neck of the guitar with licks and riffs. If you're playing a lick in one position and want to shift to another position, we can use the same string we're playing at. So for instance, if you're playing a lick here on the 1st position of the A minor pentatonic, and I used one of the notes of the major pentatonic as well, and the blue note of the blues scale. But this, in essence, is the 1st position of the minor pentatonic scale. If you're playing in this position, and then you're landing, for instance, on the D string, 7th fret, which is the root note of the scale, then we can use that string to go to the next position. So the lick again, the first lick was, I'm landing here on the D string 7th fret. The exact notes of the lick aren't that important. What is important here is that I'm landing on this string, and then I'm using this string to slide to the next position. And then I'm playing in the 2nd position of the minor pentatonic scale. And then I'm using the same trick here to go now on the A string, 1 position higher. So I'm using here the last note that I played in the 2nd position to slide on that string with same finger to the 3rd position, and now I can play in this 3rd position. Same thing with 4th position or the 5th position. And we will always see this one string as a gateway to the next position. And if you practice it in this way, you will soon find yourself coming up with runs all through the fretboard. And if you do so, the next step would be to practice them over and over again until you get the hang of your own riffs and licks, and play them on backing tracks, but also practice looking away. And you can see that I used different strings here, so you don't only need to use the G string to slide up to the next position or the D string. You can play those runs with different strings sliding up to the next position. So I hope you like this lesson. If you do so, leave a comment, and also if you have questions, we'll see each other in the feedback section and the comment section below this video. Also check out the website at bestbluesguitarlessonsonline.com, where you find plenty of free resources you can download, such as a guide on how to play more advanced guitar solos. See you in the next video then.